Well, good evening. Awesome. Great to be with you guys. How y'all doing? Good. Parents, how you doing? Awesome. What an honor to be with you tonight. I wish, and you will in a moment, have the opportunity to stand up here and look out at this incredible group. I got a question for you, though, before we really begin. Have you ever seen anybody do something that was wrong, and you knew it was wrong, but you did it anyway? Somebody said no. Anybody else say yes? Yes. You know, when I was 9 years old, guys, I saw some kids who were in 6th grade. So these were like 11 and 12-year-olds playing with fire and gasoline. And what they would do is they would sprinkle some gasoline on a sidewalk. They would strike a match, step back a couple feet, and then they would throw the match on top. And the gasoline would just, vroom, come to life. And when you are 9 years old, I thought it was pretty cool. I knew it was wrong, but I thought if they could do it and get away with it, so could I. You ever say that to yourself in school or in athletics? If she can do that or he can do that and get away with it, so can I. So that weekend, my dad was at work and my mom was out with a couple of my sisters. I walked into their garage. Do you know what I'm going to go do? Right? I walk right over to the can of gasoline. I light a piece of cardboard on fire. I bend over it trying to pour a little bit on top to see what might happen. I knew it was wrong. As I reach for this can, it's too heavy to pick up. So I set the flame on the concrete floor. I bear hugged this can. And then I slowly started tipping it toward that flame, waiting for the liquid to come out. But what do y'all think came out first? The fumes, right? The gas. Haley, turn to slide 3. It created this massive explosion. It split the can of gasoline in two. It picked me up, and then it launched me, my friends, 15 feet against the far side of the garage. When we were little, we all got taught what to do when we're on fire. What do y'all do when you're on fire? Stop, drop, and roll, right, class? What do you do, though, sometimes when you're really scared? You run, right? You panic. You get out of there. That day, I was so scared, so I did what came naturally. I ran. I ran on fire, through the house. I just kept on running. I was so scared. Eventually, one of my brothers came up. He put out the fire. He wrapped me in a rug, called 911. He saved my life. My brother became my hero. I remember being there in the hospital in darkness. Okay? And then I heard something down the hall that kind of woke me up. It was my dad's voice. Do y'all have a disciplinarian at home? Yes? Or a coach? Somebody who keeps you in line? Mine was my dad. And I just blew up Dad's house. What do you think Dad's going to do to me? What do you think? He's going to kill you, right? He's going to kill you. So I'm in 4th grade. I'm laying there thinking, oh, Lord, don't let him kill me. And I hear my dad walk back to this room. He pulls back this curtain. He walks in. He points down at me. And then he yells at me. You ready? What he said that day is he said, John, darn it, I have never been so proud of anybody in my entire life. And my little buddy, I am so proud to be your dad. And then he said this. He said, I love you. I love you. And I remember being over here with my eyes shut thinking, oh my gosh, nobody told my dad what happened. He doesn't know, does he? What do you think, scholar athletes? Do you think he knows? Why would he be nice to me then? Because he loves you so you wouldn't feel bad? You got your hand up? Yes, sir. That's right. He's happy with your other son because he saved your life. Right on. My dad loves me. And if the picture of my mom and dad is up, would you put that one up right now? My dad loves me. He doesn't always tell me that as a little kid. And maybe your mom and your dad and your guardians and your coaches don't always tell you that they love you. But they do. Unconditionally, they love you. And that day, my dad's love changed me. And right behind my dad's love came my mom. Okay? I'm from Missouri. Anybody from Missouri? Couple hands up. All right. So my mom and dad used to be a little bit weird. They used to think it was cool to not only wear the same kind of shirt. You see that? Which is kind of weird already. But also they thought it was cool to cut their hair in the exact same kind of... And this is the embarrassing part, but if it's on your heart right now, Mr. O'Leary, which one's your mom, which one's your dad? That's my mom on your left, okay? That's my daddy on your right. Those are my heroes. My mom and dad are my heroes, and I'm proud to say that. My mom and my dad are my heroes. I love them. So my mom walks in, she takes my hand in hers, pats my bald head. She tells me she loves me. Have you heard that word yet? From my dad, right? Love is powerful. It allows you to win in the athletic fields and in life. Love is powerful. My mom loves me. I remember saying to her, though, Mom, will you knock it off? Am I going to die? And instead of saying, baby, you're fine, what she said to me is, baby, you got to fight like you never fought before. You got to take the hand of God, and you got to walk the journey with Him. But you got to fight. And that day, my friends, we made a commitment to fight on in life. Not knowing what would happen next, but we knew the fight was on. So I want to share one quick story from back then and then start celebrating all these great scholar athletes in front of us. Okay, so here's the next story. The day after my mom and dad come in with all this love, the doctors had to tie me down on the bed like this. And I would stay tied down for the next 5 months. So I can't move for 5 months, man. That's back at Christmas time all the way to right now. Tied down, wrapped from head to toe with bandages. My lungs were burned, so I couldn't breathe. Couldn't eat or drink. Couldn't even talk. Just laying there in darkness. As a little boy growing up in the Midwest, and I bet in many of the cities where y'all came from, there's one thing we love to do in the summertime. In St. Louis, Missouri, what we love to do is we love to watch baseball. Okay? We love baseball. And back in the 80s, the way you watched baseball wasn't at the ballpark. It was actually just to listen to it. We listened on the radio. And the voice we listened to for my entire childhood was the voice of a guy named Jack Buck. Okay? Did you see that old man up there? That's my hero. This is a man who also understood the importance of what you all celebrate here tonight. Scholar athletics. That's why we're here, to celebrate you. He got that. He also understood the importance of love. This is the voice I listened to my entire childhood. So I'm stretched out the day after I'm burned like this. Can't move, can't talk, eyes swollen shut because I can't even see. I can't do anything. I'm in pain. I'm praying. I'm dreaming. But I can hear. You ever notice how much you hear when your eyes are shut? Like in history class, right? I mean, think how much you hear in history class. You can hear everything. And as a little boy, what I loved to hear was baseball. All of a sudden, into my hospital room comes this guy. I hear him walk on in. He sits down. He pulls the chair up close. And then I hear his voice. His voice right into my ears says, "Kid, wake up. You are going to live." You got that? You're going to survive. And when you get out of here, we're going to celebrate together at Busch Stadium. Then he said, "Kid, are you listening? We'll call it John O'Leary Day at the ballpark. See you soon." Then the guy walks out. He leaves me tied down. But baby, he leaves me fired up. Right? I cannot wait for John O'Leary Day at the ballpark. He leaves my room, though, and one of the nurses tells him that I'm going to die. And he says, "What do you mean? He's going to die?" And she says, "Yes, he doesn't have a chance." And instead of listening to what somebody else says negatively, this guy chooses his own path. He takes it home. He cries about it. Athletes, you got to hear that again. It's okay to cry when you lose, when you win, when a friend, something happens with her or him. It's okay to cry. He cries about it. He prays about it. And then he asks a question about it. Okay? The question he asked that day was simply, what more can I do? Got it? Is it on the board right now? Can you all read that? Because we're going to hit it 2 more times. What more can I do? Being fully accountable for what happens in life, in his life, and also around it. What more can I do? Can you get ready to yell that back? Because you're going to yell it in a moment. The following day, my friends, I'm laying there in darkness. Next slide. In darkness. Door opens up from the outside. Who do you think walks in? That announcer guy again. Jack Buck. Walks into my room. He sits down, pulls the chair up close, and then he yells at me. He says, "Kid, wake up. I'm back. You are going to live. You got it? You're going to survive. Keep fighting. John O'Leary Day at the ballpark will be worth it. See you soon." And you know, my friends, for 5 months, that guy just kept visiting me in the hospital every day. He never got tired of lifting me up. He encouraged me all the way up into homecoming. So we went home from the hospital. You see the little picture of that boy up there? Happy as can be at home. About a month later, we went down to Busch Stadium. We celebrated this Cardinal game at John O'Leary Day at the ballpark. And that night, this gentleman realized that that little boy had a Cardinal hat on and a big old smile, but he didn't have much else. He had no fingers. You see this, kids? He didn't have any fingers. They haven't grown back yet. He didn't have any fingers. He's in a wheelchair. He can't get out of it. He's strapped into it. If they undo the straps, he falls out. So he's got no muscle tone. He's got bright red skin and open sores. All these challenges. But instead of seeing the challenges, Jack sees what's possible. So he takes it home. He cries about it. He prays about it. And then he asks a question. What's the question? That was like 22% participation. Awesome. Okay. The good news is the test isn't over yet. We get one more chance. And that's, parents included, when we're going to have 100% participation. What more can I do with my team, with my friends, in school, with my babies, with my parents? What more can I do? The following day, my mama goes out to the mailbox and she comes inside with this baseball. It's a little baseball signed by an athlete named Ozzie Smith. Some of you, maybe your parents, would have heard of him before. Below that baseball, though, yeah, great guy. Below that baseball was a note from Jack Buck that read, "Kid, if you want a second baseball, all you have to do is write a thank you letter to the guy who signed the first one." Just one problem with it. What's the problem, guys? Can't write, dude. You don't have no fingers. Right? You can't write. Do you think he knew that? Why would he be so mean then? Yes. He's trying to encourage you. Oh, I didn't want to hear that, though. My mom and dad have been trying to encourage me. What they used to do is they used to come into my room. They used to have a little pen in their hands, and they'd say things to me like, "Baby, when you learn how to write again, you get to go back to school." Is that encouragement? Heck no. Man, I was in 4th grade at home, like Huck Finn. That's not encouragement. Along comes this beautiful leader, this servant-minded gentleman who sees the opportunity in front of him, asks the question, "What more can I do?" And he gets the answer, baseball. That's going to turn the kid on. Do you think I wrote the note? Yes. Mailed it off a couple days later. I got myself a second ball with a second note that said, "Kid, if you want a third baseball, all you have to do is send a thank you letter." You think I wrote it? Right on, come on. Sent that baby off. A few days later, I got myself a third ball with a third note that said, "Kid, if you want a fourth baseball." This goes on all summer long. By the end of that summer, 1987, I collected over 60 baseballs. 60. "60 balls teaching a little boy in a wheelchair who will never again be on the athletic field how to write. Talk about changing somebody's life, man. That man changed my life. He allowed me to dream of going back to grade school, sitting among y'all today. Just dreaming of that. It happened. Then we went into high school. Eventually college. I graduated college. Woo-woo! Right on. And then love happens again. The miracle of love. It shows up in the form of a gentleman. Is there a picture of Jack on the board right now? Big Jack shows up at my college graduation. He's there when I get this award that some of you, all of you, are going to receive in a few years. He's there with love. He's there with a package. And he's there with a note. What do y'all think the first word on that note to me was? Kid. Dude never knew my first name was John. Kid. This means a lot to me. I hope it means a lot to you too. Enjoy. It's yours. And so I'm getting ready to open up this note, man. I'm all excited. He's looking over my shoulder. But before I tell you what's in there, I want you to understand that every single night before the guy went to bed, he'd ask himself a question. They're on it already. And before he went to bed, he wouldn't do it until he answered the question. So what I'm going to do is have Kaylee put it on the screen, this big question that we've been asking of ourselves all night. And on the count of 3, with one voice, Scholar Athletes, we're going to yell this back out with the help of your parents and guardians, coaches, and friends. You ready for that? Oh, fired up. We got one person saying yeah. Awesome. On the count of 3, you going to join me? What more can I do? 1, 2, 3. What more can I do? Awesome. Not so awesome. We're going to do it one more time with your parents participating. You ready? Coach said, come on, parents. Come on, guardians. Participate. Ready? 1, 2, 3. What more can I do? Awesome. Yes. In sports, in academics, in relationships, in my health, in my spiritual walk, in life, with my dreams. What more can I do? Kid, this means a lot to me. I hope it means a lot to you too. Enjoy. It's yours. So then I open this baby up, I look inside, and this baseball sitting in there. Y'all see that? This is the baseball, my friends, that you receive when you go into the Hall of Fame. If you're the best at what you do in baseball, you get one of these in your life. Just one. Don't drop it. It's made out of crystal. It's priceless. It'll be available on eBay tonight, $99 starting bid. Parents get in early. Kid, this means a lot to me. I hope it means a lot to you too. Indeed it did, Jack. Because with that ball came so much confidence in myself. That's, I think, what we all are looking for. Just the fact that we can do more with our lives. So I started dreaming that maybe I can do more. Maybe I can. Which led eventually to this. Right now, you're probably thinking, oh gosh, the guy went through so much as a little boy, and then the guy has to settle on a girl like that. When's he going to catch his break? Her name is Elizabeth Grace, man, and she has blessed me massively with the relationship, certainly, but also with this next little picture. You may want to hold your applause. What do you think this little boy's name is? Jack. We named that little boy Jack after this man who changed our lives. It just takes one. I hope you all know that. It just takes one. That man's belief in me changed my life. So we named our little boy Jack. And then Jack welcomed aboard a little brother named Patrick. Okay? And when I'm out of town, like I am with you all tonight, my wife hates when I'm gone. So what she does is she takes my 2 little boys and then she'll dress them like 2 little girls. You see them up there? The little blue and white dresses? When I get home, the first thing I do is I rip off those dresses and I put them back into their play clothes. I remind those little guys that I love them. I remind those two little boys to be kind to their little brother, a little boy named Henry. Should be a picture of a little blonde kid on a beach now. And then this past winter, right before Christmas, we welcomed aboard a new little gift. Little girl named Grace. We're done. Safe. The picture is lovely, man. My wife is beautiful. The kids are good. I got two of them here tonight, Jack and Patrick. Just say, yell hi. They're little, man. They're embarrassed, but they're here with me in Disney World. We're having a ball. We are so blessed. And 25 years ago, none of that was there. Not Disney World for us, not those two little kids, none of it. We laid there on our backs. I laid there on my back, very scared, longing to die. And into that room came love in the form of my dad. And dads, I hope you're listening loud and clear. Coaches, hope you're listening loud and clear. Love came in. And then right behind his love came my mother's love. And together, we moved forward faithfully and boldly toward what was possible in life. And my challenge to you, Scholar Athletes, tonight is to move forward boldly in life, realizing that your life matters profoundly. What you do on the athletic fields is important. It's great. I'm glad. But what you do outside of those lines is where you're going to make your best marks. So God bless you guys. Continue boldly. Congratulations. Thank you.